Hi, everyone. I'm AJ Igoe, and I'm an author, photographer, and English major. And tomorrow I'll be stepping into something completely new. I'll be covering the No Kings protest as a photojournalist. It's an unfamiliar path for me and honestly a little outside my comfort zone, but that's exactly why I'm doing it. I've been behind the camera since 2008. Photography is one of the ways I've told stories, and I want to take that further to start documenting current events and capturing what's really happening in the world. It feels like we're watching history be rewritten before our eyes, and the mainstream media isn't always honest about what we see. So I want to record truth as it unfolds and create a space for real stories to live. And that's why I'm starting a Substack to share my written reflections, essays, and updates alongside my photography coverage. I've been writing since I was 9 years old, poems, short stories, and even some full-length manuscripts. And by eighth grade, I had started something weird called Amanda Jean's Promotions on MySpace. Yes, weird MySpace, age 12, 2005. What a time to be alive. But throughout high school, I continued promoting bands and started taking photography classes. And between 2008 and 2010, I started organizing local shows and small festivals, which was also a wild thing to do. And I was just like, oh, yeah, I could do that. Why not? It started when I was organizing a local show for my best friend's 16th birthday. And turns out the venue was like, hey, you want to keep doing this? And I was like, yeah, sure, we'll do that. But then I started college in 2011, and I went for business, marketing, and music management because everyone was like, hey, get a business degree and you can get any job you want. But that was not true, and classes were impacted. So I actually slipped in a few journalism classes and had a really good time in those. I also continued to study photography, and I have worked as a photographer like literally since 2008. I got my very first camera in 2008, and I have been always like continuing learning and crafting my photography skills. Eventually, I ended up taking child development courses and I became a preschool teacher. And I was teaching for 5 years before becoming a mom in 2020. After I had my twin boys, I finally leaned into something I'd always dreamed about doing, though, writing professionally. I started my first adult novel when in 2021. And for the past few years, I've written 6 books. I spent 2 years publishing serialized stories on Amazon Vella, the platform, before it shut down. So Amazon Vella was a serialized reading platform that Amazon had going for a few years, but they ended up closing it down in 2023. But since then, I've been working on my books with Fable and Flame Press. It's an indie publishing house that my editor and I, who is also my friend, are building from the ground up. It's still in its infancy stages, and we've also started a podcast that's in development. We want to help other writers get off the ground and tell their stories. But again, we're still in the infancy stages, but we're growing. It's happening. And I'm back in school. I'm finishing my English degree, which I love. Literary analysis and creative writing have really helped me refine my voice and understand how stories shape the world around us. And you know what? Growing up, my dad always pushed me towards what he thought were more stable careers, get that business degree. He told me being an author, a journalist, any kind of creative was a 1 in a million chance. But that just isn't true. His mindset comes from a traditional, outdated view of success and one that art isn't practical and passion doesn't pay bills. But I've learned the opposite. Passion keeps you going when nothing else does. I want my kids to grow up knowing that their dreams are valid, that creativity, curiosity, and courage are just as valuable as degrees and job titles. I want them to see that you can build a life doing what you love, even if it doesn't fit the mold. Following your passion isn't naive, it's brave. And between my books, my photography, and this new chapter in journalism, this is really, I guess, the beginning of everything I've been working for. So I would like to live stream the No Kings protest on YouTube. If I can reach 50 subscribers by tomorrow, I'm at 28, so we'll see how that goes. So this is just the start, and I'd love to have you follow me as I pursue this creative career. So follow, subscribe, hit all the buttons. Thank you so much.